to find out along the way. I can't even see why I would bother looking for another sunny day. Without reaching, I would say you're always on my mind. We could hit it off again outside. Na-na-na. But reuniting us would be like setting up a bomb. It's the same old lie. Who am I to tell you that it's over? Who am I to tell you that I care? We could go on living life in a lie. It's the same. It's the same old lies. No one told me I would soon surrender. I was not the type to be held back. Ever since the first time we were sent here, it's the same old lie. Who am I to tell you that it's over? Who am I to tell you that I care? We could go on living life in a lie. It's the same. It's the same old lies. Who am I to tell you that it's over? Who am I to tell you that I care? We could go on living life in a lie. Who am I to tell you that it's over? Who am I to tell you that I care? We could go on living life in a lie. It's the same. It's the same old lies. Who am I to tell you that it's over? So who am I to tell you that I care? We could go on living life in a lie. It's the same. It's the
thank you for joining the show. I'm your host, Dr. Marcus E. Folks today, and I wish you nothing but the best. The show.
know I'll be there in a hurry. Out of the cold into my warm hands in the sun. It's already begun. You are my one. We just dance, find romance, second chance. We don't need to worry at all. In the sun, it's already begun. You are my one. With a simple mind, we should find some more time. We don't need to worry. In the sun, it's already begun. You are my one. We just dance, find romance, second chance. We don't need to worry at all.
Wow, what a great afternoon. What a great evening. I'm your host, Dr. Marcus E. Davis, and again, I'd like to welcome you to the show. Yeah, a couple of things been happening around our nation. Trump names head of FBI. This is interesting, especially after he fired the last head of the FBI. Trump's named FBI head tapped seasoned law enforcement attorney that defended Chris Christie. How about that? This head defended Chris Christie. And a lot of you remember Chris Christie early on during the Trump campaign. Chris Christie was the governor of New Jersey, and he was by Trump's side. He was there when Trump made a lot of speeches. They faced each other on the stage, and during that time they was friends. And even after Christie's time, he still remained to be in contact with Donald Trump. But yes, Trump has named the same attorney who defended Chris Christie. President Donald Trump surprised Washington on Wednesday with his choice to replace James Comey, a day ahead of the oust FBI director's blockbuster congressional testimony. Tapping a white-collar defense lawyer with strong law enforcement background, Senate Republican and some Democrats praised the nomination. In an early morning two-Senate tweet, Trump said he intended to nominate Christopher Wray, a high-ranking, Worray, if I'm not correct, saying that correct, it's W-R-A-Y, a high-ranking official in George W. Bush Justice Department who represented New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and the Bridgegate scandal. Trump, in a statement later Wednesday, called Worray an impeccably qualified individual. I know that he will again serve this country as a fierce guardian of law and model of integrity once the Senate confirms him to lead the FBI, Trump said. Yeah, this is interesting, but again, throughout a lot of this more controversial things, again, in the midst of all of this, Trump names FBI head. And the FBI head was the former attorney for the governor of New Jersey, Christie. The The nominee name is Christopher Wary. That's who Trump nominated. So this is interesting. We're looking at this, and we're going to see what's going on, and we're going to stay on top of it for you and get the news to you. A lot of interesting things are going on. And how about this? New astronauts selected by NASA. NASA choose 12 new astronauts Wednesday from its biggest pool of applicants ever, selecting 7 men and 5 women who could one day fly aboard the nation's next generation of spacecraft. Now that is interesting. Our space program has been shut down for quite some time. That is some good news. It's astonishing. It's astonishing. Cape Canaveral, Florida, NASA chooses 12 new astronauts Wednesday from its biggest pool of applicants ever, selecting 7 men and 5 women who could one day fly aboard the nation's next generation of spacecraft. The astronaut class of 2017 includes doctors, scientists, engineers, pilots, and military officers from Anchorage to Miami and points in between. They've worked in submarines, emergency rooms, university lecture halls, jet cockpits, and battleships. They range in age from 29 to 42, and they typically lead the pack. It makes me personally feel very inadequate when you read what these folks have done, says NASA Acting Administrator Robert Lightfoot. Vice President Mike Pence welcomed the group during a televised ceremony at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. He offered President Donald Trump's congratulations and noted that the president is firmly committed to NASA's noble mission, leading America in space. Pence assured the crowd that NASA will have the resources and support necessary to continue to make history. Under President Donald Trump, America will lead in space once again, and the world will marvel, he said. More than 18,300 people threw their hats into the space ring during the brief application period 1.5 years ago. That's more than double the previous record of 8,000 set in 1978 when the space shuttles were close to launching. The 12 selected Wednesday would join 44 astronauts already in the NASA Corps. U.S. astronauts have not launched from home soil since 2011, thus the low head count. But that could change next year. After 2 years of training, the newbies may end up riding commercial rockets to the International Space Station or flying beyond the moon in NASA's Orion spacecraft. Their ultimate destination could be to Mars. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. That's going to be something that we need to follow. We really need to follow that and keep up to date with that. Cosby accused a standby story under cross-examination. Some 60 women have come forward to say Cosby sexually violated them, all but destroying his nice guy image. But the statute of limitation for prosecution had run out in nearly every case. Andrea Constand's case is the only one in which Cosby has been charged. This is interesting. This is really, really interesting. And we need to follow this. The woman who accused Bill Cosby of drugging and violating her more than a decade ago stood by her story at his sex crimes trial Wednesday, withstanding hours of often tedious cross-examinations that didn't produce the stumbles the TV star might have hoped for, claimed that the composed Andrea Constand brushed off suggestions she and Cosby had romantic relationships before the 2004 encounter at his suburban Philadelphia home. And she explained away the numerous phone calls she made to him afterward by saying she was merely returning Cosby's messages about the women's basketball squad at Temple University, where he was a powerful member of the board of trustees and she was the director of the team operations. Constance, 44, left the witness stand after some 7 hours of testimony over 2 days, during which she told the jury that Cosby gave her 3 blue pills and then penetrated her with his fingers as she lay paralyzed on the couch, unable to tell him to stop. Her long-awaited show down with the 79-year-old comedian lawyer became bogged down Wednesday in the examination of her phone records and police statements, and the defense couldn't budge her off of her account of molestation and the broken trust. During one exchange, Cosby lawyer Angela Aguirre suggested that Constance once enjoyed a romantic dinner at Cosby's home before the alleged assault. You were sitting by the fire, the room was dark, there was a nice mood. Aguirre began paraphrasing Constance's 2005 statement to the police. I don't know what that means, Constance said. The lights were dim and the fire was gone. The lawyer continued. I don't really remember how dim the lights were, but I didn't have to eat my dinner, Constance said. Augusta contended that the advances Constance made on Constance on 2 accounts, touching her thigh one time and attempting to unbutton her pants and pull down her zippers another, signaled his romantic interest. Constance said she told Cosby that she was not interested. So you were alone at his home. That Mr. Cosby was interested in you romantically, Augusta asked. No, ma'am. He never said a word to me, Constance said. Cosby is charged with aggravated indecent assault. The comedian once doubled America's Dad could get 10 years in prison if convicted. The Associated Press does not typically identify people who say they are sexually assaulted victims unless they grant permission, which Constance has done. Wow, these are some of the things going on, and we really have to really stay vigilant and look, and if anything, we learn from these situations how to keep ourselves out of these situations. It is so sad that we're living in a time where these things are happening, or people making fake accusations against people. However, we will stay vigilant and pray that God intervene in this and bring into justice that was right. And we would, all really, 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 see what's right. I mean, light will shine through this. But those are only a couple of things that are going on in the news. Stay tuned. I'm your host, Dr.Marcus E. Davis. Let's get back to the show. Call a friend, tell a friend to tune in. Our phone number is 470-303-3128. I'm your host, Dr. Marcus E. Davis Live. And again, welcome to the show. the show. Thank you so much for joining the show. I'm your host, Dr.Marcus Davis. And I tell you, we see some things that take place that are tremendous. Our movies tell a whole lot. And there's a lot of history being displayed in our movies. Speaking of movies, did you know that Israel loves Wonder Woman? Star Gal Gadot is a homeward hero. Country rallies behind her. Jerusalem. For a country that takes pride in even the smallest successes of its international celebrities, the debut of Wonder Woman has sparked an Israeli love fest for homegrown hero Gal Gadot. A huge billboard overlooking Tel Aviv's main highways tagged with a provisional "We love you" greetings. Her Hebrew ascended appearances in the international media are reported upon daily, and throngs of fans are cheering wildly upon seeing her on the big screen. Even Lebanon's ban of the film hasn't dampened the mood in Israel, where Gadot's superhero status has been embraced as a national treasure. It's so cool that someone from here is succeeding and is famous overseas. Everyone in the theater was so excited, said the 20-year-old Ella Hosfishi of Jerusalem, who watched the movie in opening night. I think all enthusiasm here is very supportive and encourages her to keep growing in the world and representing us. Eager for the divergence from politics and conflict with the Palestinians, Israelis often rejoice when one of their own breaks through on the international stage, whether it's Omari Caspi and the NBA medal-winning Olympics athletes or big-name model Bar Rafaeli. But the Gadot ascendance to stardom has entered a whole new stratosphere. free to give me a call at 470-303-3312 to let me know what you have. Short and she's going to really let the people of the nation touch you all about what's going on. Stay tuned in. You're on. Hello, Kendra. I'm so glad to have you on the air with us today. It is such an honor and such a privilege. There are people I really know don't know you. You're out. I mean, you are internationally heard as of today. I would just like for you to really introduce yourself to the people and tell them about some things. Tell them about some things, your experience and all of that stuff. I know you can get right on topic, but just to start the day out, if you don't mind, I know there's an incident that you want to talk about that happened in the news pertaining to some police officers. And I know it's just one of those things you want to just share with some people. If you don't mind, could you take the advance right now and really address people on that topic and go ahead on the start right now. Put the word out. What is it that happened to sort of trigger you today? What is it that you don't agree with? What's going on? What's going on? Tell the people, what do you think about these particular situations?
Well, the officer today was in court for the shooting and killing of Falant Castile, and they found him not guilty on all charges. And I just really have a problem with that when there was a Facebook live video showing the whole complete incident. Baby mama was crying, child in the back seat crying, and it's just like nobody cares anymore. I'm not saying I'm 100% pro Black Lives Matter. I'm truly a all lives matter person, but it just really seems like the browns or the blacks always get, excuse my French, the shit end of it. And it's time to stop. Everybody needs to be held accountable. I don't care what your job is, what your title is, whatever. If you take a life, something needs to be done more than just found not guilty. I'm sure the officer won't be able to get a job in that same county that he was in, but he's going to eventually get a job somewhere else, being a sheriff, being an officer, somewhere else. And I know you agree, because that's what always happened. If anybody follows any of these incidents that keep happening over and over, those officers are not ruined. They go to other counties, other states, and they find jobs. It may not be the money that they wanted, but they still working. Now, Phil Castile mom, she had to bury her son. He had to stop working. She had to bury her son. Baby mama don't have anybody. The child doesn't have anybody. But this officer is going to go back to work. It's only going to be a matter of time. It's not like they're out there just destitute, because they're not. And it's just very irritating because it just keeps happening over and over and over. And of course, Big Brother gonna look out for Big Brother. That's what they always have done, and that's what they always will do. Now, people won't be honest about it, but you just have to be honest. And sometimes the truth hurts, and it stings, and it burns. But America got to get over this crazy stuff that just because we're brown or we're black, that because somebody another shade of color deserve to get treated better because it's not. We're all, at the end of the day, God's children. So you can't do that. It's just, everybody is just going haywire. Either they're high on drugs, everybody want to be doped up, zooted up on something. You can't function. They can't get a job because they can't function on a daily basis. And it's just, everybody out here it's just like everybody's just running rampant. There's no order anymore. And Trump, we're definitely not going to talk about Trump. Or as I like to call him, Orange Kool-Aid. He's the worst one. It's like he's giving all of these fools out here a pass to act a fool, and it's like he's patting them on the back for acting a complete fool out there. And how can someone that's supposed to be in charge or people look up to give some leadership or guidance, he can't tell the other people what to do when he's out here acting a fool himself?
And we understand that. We understand that. We're so glad to have you on the show. We're gonna go ahead on and listen to a little bit of music right now. We're gonna talk a little bit more about these things. So hey, thank you all for joining. Tell a friend, let someone know that you're tuned in to Dr. Marcus E. Davis Live, 470-303-3128. That is the number. And we have Kendra with us today, who's really just speaking about some of the things that's on her mind. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music. We'll have a little bit more from Kendra, and then we'll go from there. 470-303-3128 is the number to call. I'm your host, Dr. Marcus E. Davis Live.
I'm done. I'm done.
Well, I went downstairs to hear. You sounded good. What you mean? Go ahead. out the bush. But he ain't got nobody arguing.
You go until the end of day, just letting you know we let water flow, working 9 to 5. I bring your